Dr. Freedman, thank you for joining us this morning. First up, on the back of this AstraZeneca news, could one serious event derail a whole vaccine program? In other words, if this serious event is proved to be linked to the vaccine, could it effectively mean the AstraZeneca vaccine is no longer a contender?
Well, it would certainly be bad news for this vaccine, but clearly we do need much more information before we can draw any conclusions. What's happening now is standard procedure in a trial of this nature, that the trial is paused while it's fully investigated by an independent committee, and they will make a recommendation whether or not the trial can resume in due course.
And AstraZeneca is using one approach in the development of its vaccine in conjunction with the University of Oxford, the viral vector approach. Moderna, Pfizer, and BioNTech, the other two leading vaccine candidates at this point, are using messenger RNA. If this does prove to be an adverse event that's been driven by Astra's vaccine, does that have any implications necessarily for these other vaccines, given they are using a different approach?
Well, no. I mean, clearly, I think it's important that there are these different approaches. There are also, as well as the messenger RNA and the viral vector vaccines, there are also some more traditional type of vaccines being tested, protein vaccines, whole inactivated virus vaccines. And I think it's really important that all of these are trialed, move forward so that we will have options in due course. And if indeed one particular approach is found to be too risky and side effects are attributed to it, then there are other options.
On that point, yesterday, the 9 CEOs of some of the leading vaccine making companies, they signed this pledge, essentially pledging to put safety of the participants first, keep it a top priority, and also to work to ensure sufficient supply and a range of options when it comes to a vaccine. What does that mean, a range of options? How many vaccines do you envisage us having when these trials are all through?
Well, in terms of vaccine doses, we're obviously going to need billions of doses rather than just millions in order to vaccinate a large proportion, if not most, of the world's population in due course. But I think it is important to have a number of different vaccines available. It may be, for instance, that certain vaccines work better in certain age groups or in people with underlying conditions. And so it's important that as many vaccines as possible are taken forward. And then we will have a range of different vaccines available. And that may make it easier to scale up production in terms of actual vaccine doses available.